Hello everybody, this is Alan with headphonereviewhq.com, and today I'm bringing you what I believe is the first review of the Beyerdynamic T90s. And man, this is going to be a fun review. Let's go over the build quality and the fit and finish on the T90s. As is the case with most Beyerdynamic headphones that I've reviewed, these are nice looking. These are fairly standard look for what they have. You've got the aluminum that attaches to your ear cups, and these click into place just like the other ones do. They have their little notches in here so they kind of lock into place. I think this is a pre-production model because unlike most of our other headphones, they just have a label in here for their left and their right, so there's not actually anything right now to feel on here. But again, with any headphone that is a single cable, this is usually on the left ear cup, and then this is the case here as well. The headband is nice. It's got a like a suede finish around the edge with a leather strap that runs through the middle, and the bottom side of it is just padded, very comfortable. These are not the lightest set of headphones I've ever put on by any means, and the same girl that tried out the Sennheisers that I reviewed recently, she said that these were a little heavy on her head, but she's tiny. These are about like most other headphones that you'll put on that are over the ear. Nice touch here. This is a little bit different than what they have on a lot of their headphones, but it looks good. This is an open design set of headphones, so there is noise leakage, but you get a nice soundstage with that. And let's talk about the pads here. These are not their standard velour that they put on, like their 880s and their 990s. This is actually a microfiber here, and they're comfortable. They're not quite as cool as what their velour pads are, but they are comfortable. They're nice and cushy. They're soft. A little bit stiffer than their velour pads as well, and you'll see the inside. It terminates with a gold 3.5 millimeter connector, and it ships with the 3.5 millimeter to 1/8 inch adapter, or 1/4 inch adapter, I'm sorry. So again, there's a shot of the T90s, and you can see on the inside there it says T90, and just wonderful looking set of headphones and just stellar build quality. One more thing on the build quality on these, this particular set they sent me is a 250 ohm. Let's talk isolation. Being that these are an open set of headphones, they're not intended to block any noise outside or to keep any of your music in. So that being said, I can hear pretty much everything going on around me, and this is what you'd hear if you were sitting about 3 feet from me and I turn this up to about a moderate level. So as you can see, you're going to want to wear these in a private area for listening, because these are an open set, so that's what you got. Okay, so let's talk about the volume and the power that's required to drive these. This is a 250 ohm set of headphones, and they are on the higher sensitivity side of the realm, which most Beyerdynamics actually are. These do require an external amp if you're trying to use a portable media device like an iPod, iPhone, or something like that. And unless you have a higher end sound card, like an audiophile type sound card for your computer, you'll still need an external amp. Now, you can get by with portable amps. I've been using both the Fiio E11, the PA2V2, and my Fiio E17. And all three of those will actually do an admirable job of pushing these. It won't take it to ear bleeding levels, which nobody should listen to anyways, but it will go moderately loud and do it cleanly and clearly, which if your amp starts struggling, then you need to step up to something else. That being said, with a desktop headphone amplifier, this thing will just, you'll have headroom to spare. So 250 ohms, you'll want an amp, and you'll be pleased when you get it. All right, let's talk about the soundstage on these. This has a pretty wide soundstage. I wouldn't say it's as wide as like maybe the T1s or even the T5Ps, but very admirable. I mean, you'll be able to pick out notes, you know, in front of you, behind you, and I will actually put in a link to a web page that has like the virtual haircut. If you've never tried it out, put on a set of headphones and go do it anyways. Even with a cheap set of headphones, it'll be a cool effect. With something like this, amazing. So the soundstage on these are very good. The room is you can feel the size, and you can place the instruments around you, so it is a nice effect. All right, so let's get into the sound quality of these things. I will go through the bass, mid-range, and treble, but I've just got to tell you up front, I started doing this review about an hour and a half ago, and I started going through tracks and tracks and tracks of music, and before I knew it, an hour and a half was gone, and I still hadn't recorded anything. So, needless to say, I love the way these things sound, and now I'll go ahead and get started. The bass on these is crisp, it's clean, it's accurate, it's deep, it's involving, it's all those things you want in bass to bring you into the music. It gives you that depth and that volume of sound. These are fairly neutral. They're not boosted just on a flat EQ. The thing that's cool about these is I like all types of genres of music. So when I want to try some hip hop or R&B or something, I want to jack up the bass and see what it sounds like. With the Fiio E11, one of my favorite things about that amp is you can actually bump up the EQ. These things, while they're neutral in the 0 setting, you bump it up to 1, you get that extra oomph. Clean and clear. You go up to 2, again, it'll handle it. The bass on these is just beautiful. I mean, the decay on the bass is perfect. The notes are all just completely defined. I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience to be able to listen completely neutral on certain genres, be able to bump it up, and it'll take all the power you can throw at it. Just a wonderful bass. The mid-range on the T90s. One of the things I've grown to love about most every single set of Beyerdynamics they've sent me is the mid-range is just so lush, and they do it so well with their Tesla technology that they put on all their headphones. And these, again, do not disappoint at all. The mid-range is wonderful. The one thing I did notice about these, and this is only because, guys, I'm comparing them to the T1s, to the T5Ps, to literally all their top-of-the-line headphones. Honest to God, if you didn't have those to compare this to, you probably wouldn't even notice what I'm about to tell you. These have a little bit of a cooler mid-range, so you, especially with female vocalists, when they're singing, you can hear like that bit of airiness, and that it's almost like they're singing in your ear, like standing next to you. This has that, but it's cooled off a little bit, so those highs, some people might actually find them harsh. It's a little bit more relaxed, and so these are very easy to listen to for a long period of time, regardless of the genre you're going after. So it's not any less detailed, but it is definitely cooled off a little bit, so the brighter mid-range is actually toned down a bit. And personally, I like that sound, and it does make for a very easy listening experience. As for the treble in these are absolutely phenomenal. It's on par with all their upper end headphones. And I mean, every pick of a guitar string, you can hear the fingers sliding across it. When you hear a vocalist, you get that feeling, that presence that you're in the room with them, because you can hear the air. It's just like they're singing to you. All the instruments come across just crisp, clean. The decay on the notes is perfect. And that treble has that airiness to it that when paired with an amp like the PA2V2 or the Fiio E17 that are a little bit more warmer and airier amps anyways, wow, the effects are just incredible. And so summing all that up, again, the bass, the mid-range, the treble, these were an absolute joy to listen to. It's frustrating to me that I'm sitting here after 10 o'clock at night just now recording, because I started this around 8:15 and just got lost in the music. And that's what you want when you're listening to a set of headphones. When you put them on, you don't want to be noticing things here and there. You want to enjoy the music. I mean, I went through so many tracks, and here's the thing about these headphones that are awesome. I went from listening to some Nicki Minaj, which a lot of people who are buying more expensive sets of headphones like this may not be in that type of music. But if you buy a set of headphones, you want to be able to listen to whatever you want. Nicki Minaj, incredible. Turned up the bass boost on the E11, awesome. moved over to some Paul Hardcastle and listened to the song Interchanges. If you've never heard it, put it on with a set of headphones that can do it justice, and you'll just get lost in it. You can't help it. Then I went to Donald Fagen's The Night Fly from 1982, and I can't even remember the name of the song, IGY or something like that. Great sounding song, I mean, it's beautiful. I was all over the place with these. I listened to some Carrie Underwood, I listened to some Timbaland. I was all over the board, and that's when I realized that an hour and a half had slipped by. So again, this set of headphones is wonderful. I enjoyed every bit of every moment of listening I had with these. And that's not something I can say about most sets of headphones I put on. Usually there's something that stands out that's awesome, and you switch over to something else that's not that good. These are an all-around great set of headphones. My personal preference usually is towards sealed headphones or closed headphones, but I would absolutely love to sit around and listen to these things all day. They are just done so well. So that's basically going to wrap up my review of the T90s. Again, absolutely love them. I really want to thank Beyerdynamic for sending these out to me to evaluate. From what I understand, I'm one of the first people to actually touch these and be able to give them a review. And man, they've got something special here. They really do. At risk of you know, stepping on the T5P or the T1s, I mean, these are amazing. And I think these are about half the price. So when you consider that, anybody would be proud to have these in their listening collection. So again, thank you very much, Beyerdynamic, for sending these out. I really enjoyed this review. So if anybody has any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment form below, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on my site, headphonereviewhq.com. And you know, I always get back to you just as soon as I possibly can. Please, if you enjoyed this video, if it's helpful to you at all, give me a thumbs up down there. It helps me climb up in the search rankings in YouTube and Google and all that goodness. And you know, I've started a Facebook page. You can check it out at facebook.com/headphonereviewhq. I've also got a Twitter feed that I sadly don't keep up well enough, but it's twitter.com/headphonehq. And you know, I look forward to hearing from you guys. I really love your feedback. And please, if you guys have experience with any sets of headphones like this, you know, leave your comments below. It helps other people determine whether or not this is what they're really looking for. So this has been Alan with headphonereviewhq.com. Thanks for sticking with me this entire time. I've got many more reviews coming your way, many of which I need to record right now. So take care, and I'll be back here in the very near future. Thanks.